Hi, Patricia will go first. Patricia is my colleague at the University of the West Indies. Good evening,
Hi.
everyone. Hi, Patricia.
Hi, Justin. Hi,
Over
Nadia.
to you.
Hi. Well, it is good evening there, but it is good morning from beautiful Barbados. As Justin said, I am Pat Appley from the Office of Enrollment and International Studies at the Cayfield campus. And it's my pleasure to join my colleague Justin and one of our graduates, Andrew, to speak to you for a bit on a unique transnational degree in software engineering, which we offer, which gives you the opportunity to study both in Barbados and in China. I'm going to start by just giving you a little bit of information, a little overview of our campus in the Cayfield campus, which I represent in Barbados. And then Justin will share some details of the program, and Andrew will share his experience as a graduate of that program. So first, I'm going to start with a little video in which some of our international students will tell you what they think about the Cayfield campus.
I'm Andrew Weir, and I'm from the Netherlands in Europe.
My name is Emilia, and I'm from Finland.
My name is Curricular, and I'm from Finland. Originally, I'm from Kurdistan.
We had a list in our school in Finland, and there were all the countries where we could go to do our exchange. And when I saw Barbados and I Googled it and I saw all the pictures, I decided, okay, I want to go Barbados.
I really wanted to leave Europe. Barbados seemed like a paradise.
I came here because of the language. I wanted to improve my English. First, when I thought about Barbados was the beaches, and that everybody here, they eat only fishes and fruits.
The biggest positive surprise was the friendly people, the culture. I think everyone is accepting.
I've made a lot of friends also from the university. Young or old, I made friends.
In school, the teachers, I think they're great teachers. I think they really care about what they're doing.
The marketing was actually the best marketing course that I have ever done.
I would like to thank the university and the people of Barbados for the hospitality.
This kind of experience are things where you learn the most, not even about the studying, but life.
I would definitely suggest Barbados.
This is a wonderful experience.
Okay, so as Amelia said, it's not only what you study, it's where you study as well. And where else to study but the beautiful Caribbean. I'm speaking particularly about the Cayfield campus in Barbados. Barbados, what's happening to my slides? Barbados is famous for many things. Of course, its beauty, the beauty of its beaches, the beauty of the island as a whole. It's known as a place of political stability and order and orderliness. The friendliness of the Barbadian people is legendary. The quality of life that the people enjoy. We have free education all the way from nursery to tertiary. And most importantly, for international students, Barbados is known globally as a safe place to live and to visit, and therefore to study. And of course, we are famous for one of the most beautiful global icons, Rihanna, as well. The University of the West Indies, Barbados, of course, is part of the Caribbean, and the Caribbean is that chain of islands that sits between south of North America and north of South America. And the University of the West Indies, one of only two truly regional universities in the world that have campuses on different sovereign countries. And we have campuses in Jamaica, in Antigua and Barbuda, in Trinidad and Tobago, and of course in beautiful Barbados. And we also have an open campus, and altogether that network enrolls over 50,000 students. The University of the West Indies has been ranked by Times Higher Education as the #1 university in the Caribbean, and we are also ranked among the top 1.5% of universities in the world. The Cayfield campus occupies two main locations, two campuses as it were, just giving you a little bit of a visual of our main campus. And at the bottom here, you see our Confucius Institute, where all students and staff too have the opportunity to learn the Chinese language. In the middle there is our administration building. And just a little bit of the outside. The university Student-centeredness is one of our core values. So we make sure that our students are comfortable inside and outside of the classroom. The second campus is located at Paradise Park. That's about 5 minutes walk from the main campus. And you can see how close we are to the beach there in a little way in the background. This campus is where you will find our Academy of Sport with all the sporting facilities, as well as our School for Graduate Studies and Research. Sport is very big on the campus. All our students can participate in the Academy of Sport, and they support over 14 sporting disciplines and are very competitive in national competitions. One of the things that students love most about the KFIL campus is our residence life. We have 3 halls of residence. 2 of them are located right on the main campus, and the one located halfway between the main campus and Paradise Park. So it's about 3 minutes walk from the main campus, and they have mainly single rooms, but shared kitchen and living spaces, which really is what underpins the family atmosphere that makes our halls of residence such wonderful places of memory for our students. This is the one located on the campus, and that overlooks Bridgetown and the Bridgetown Harbor. The campus is very well centrally located. Right around the campus, you will find all the modern amenities that you would need as a student. There are shopping malls, modern supermarkets. Bridgetown, the capital city, there at the bottom, and you can see in the background our parliament buildings. Barbados has the 3rd oldest parliament in the Commonwealth. And the campus has a shuttle service throughout the day that takes our students into Bridgetown at no cost, and just one of the many beautiful beaches that are within walking distance of the KFIL campus. Diversity is another of the core values of the UWI, and we take it very seriously at the KFIL campus. We have just over 6,000 students, so we think we're just about the right size. And we have students that come from across the Caribbean, but also we have international students from North and South America, from Africa as well.
Thank you. That's great, Pat. Just before you, well, just after, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but just after you talk about the different departments in the faculty, I'd like to go into detail about our 2+2 program. So I'll let you finish first. I'm so sorry.
Yes, so I'm at the end here now. So we have 7 faculties, and this one, Science and Technology, is where that 2+2 program is located. And that is what Justin will talk to you about at this point.
Thank you so much, Pat. All right, so just sharing my screen with you for a second. Today, I'm going to talk about our 2+2 program. So I'm going to skip past some of the stuff I had in my slide that has already been over. Why UWI? You know, we're in the Caribbean. We're a lovely small tropical island, which is safe. And it's interesting because our partnership in China with the Global Institute of Software Technology is established through a desire for deeper people-to-people cooperation with the people of China and the government of Barbados. So this is a government-to-government top-down partnership that has been established and is being materialized in the field of education. So why education? Education is the way that Barbados has chosen to develop itself. It created a lot of upward social mobility for its citizens. And now we have a pivot toward learning, or rather empowering our young people and empowering the world to be more tech savvy. We're now in a digital age. China is perfectly positioned for us to learn from what they've applied, even during COVID, and it's basically a cashless society at this point. So why do we have our people, why are people so confident? Why are people so easygoing? Why are they so hardworking? Why do they party hard as well? Because of the empowerment that came from education and taking that very seriously. So going on to our partnership is with the Global Institute of Software Technology, which is based here in Suzhou. It is about 2 hours car ride away from Shanghai and about 30 minutes away by high-speed train. Our partnership, Suzhou, is unique because it blends the old world and the new world. On the left, you can see the pictures of the canals in Suzhou, which is known as the Venice of the East. And then the Gate of the East, which is the most modern building and the tallest building, well, not the second tallest building in Suzhou at this point in time. And we partnered here because of the favorable conditions of the GDP, which means that there's access to industry and so on. For the 2+2 program, 2 years are spent in Barbados at the KFL campus, where the foundations and the theories are learned of software engineering. The final 2 years can be seen as an application of everything you've learned. And that's why we partner with a technical college, which is the Global Institute of Software Technology, because they are very skilled at placing their graduates into the workforce with over a 90% placement success rate. And in that process, then the last 2 years of the program are all about you applying everything that you've learned. If you look at the program brochure right here, just a section of it, the first 2 years are mainly theoretical, your basic foundation courses for software engineering. And then in the final 2 years, you have all these other courses, software testing, web and mobile application development, where you actually have to build a project, implement it, and you get graded for that as you meet project milestones throughout. In addition, the final semester is exclusively for your capstone project and for your internship in computing. Your internship will see you being partnered with a local company where you'll be expected to acquiesce, learn the local ways of doing business, and function within that organization. And you will get credits for this because your internship is a course built into our program. So not completing the internship will not make you eligible for graduation. All right, so here we've had some extracurricular activities as well. We did a tour of NEO Shanghai Weilai, their testing facility in Anting in Shanghai last year. Some of our students have toured China Mobile and China Telecom in Suzhou. And at the same time, campus life is very rich. Our students learn a bit of calligraphy in their Mandarin courses, which are built into our program, because we want you to be able to graduate with Chinese proficiency. Now, whether you take the HSK or not, we strongly encourage it, but it's optional, but we want you to graduate with Chinese proficiency. And in a minute, you're going to hear from one of our alumnus, Andrew Lewis, who's the guy in dashing suit in this photo. But here's just some pictures of campus life, learning to make chows at Chinese New Year, lounging around between classes, and attending an Barbados Independence Gala in Shanghai. Our students integrate by being asked to be a part of the bridal party for one of our staff members on campus, and also winning scholarships. Sports activities on campus are also very, very exciting because football is a major popular sport in Barbados and the Caribbean, as well as athletics. So what do you earn out of this program? You earn a Bachelor of Software Engineering, Bachelor of Science. You earn a certificate of graduation from GIST. You earn 3 months of work experience. You develop Mandarin skills, and you get an IT certification, which gives you legitimacy in the industry. Entry requirements are here. You can please feel free to contact me for more specific requirements, or if there are any exemptions, or if there are any equivalents rather that you may have or have earned that are equivalent to what is listed here for your entry requirements. All right, tuition for all international students, tuition is 10,000 US per year, and that's from years 1 to 4. Some average living expenses are listed here as well, but please contact me for more detailed information about living expenses both in China and Barbados. And here's how you apply. Please visit uwi.edu/software engineering, click apply now, and then click on Cave Hill. Finally, the deadline for application is June the 30th, 2022. So please get those applications in as soon as possible. And email me or Registrar Adderley, whom you've heard from just now, for any details, any information. You email me and I can walk you through the application process, and so can Registrar Adderley. All right, so right now we're going to hear from our former student, Mr. Andrew Lewis. Andrew, how are you? I see you laughing.
Hey, good. How are you doing? You can hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you well. It's a little bit muffled, but how are you over there in sunny Barbados? I'm interrupting your Saturday morning.
Great.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. I'm pretty great. As Patricia said, hi again. Good morning from sunny Barbados.
Okay.
Right.
Tell me about your experience going from Barbados to China, from a small island, developing island, to a fast-paced city environment. Tell me about that.
Right. Oh, no problem at all. Really and truly, at first, I was super nervous coming from, a small island like Barbados into this big country of China with everything, mountains as far as I can see from my room and everything. I was a little bit nervous, but I soon got rid of that. I soon adjusted to it really quickly in terms of the ease of which everything works, like the going traveling, buying food, etc. It was really easy through applications like Wechat and Alipay. Especially, it was especially made easier by the fact that we also had a course in Chinese as well. And my colleagues also made sure that we all kept together and kept up with classes as well. Made everything really easy.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Andrew, what pointers would you give to any students who would like to apply? Because there's some students here who are a part of this webinar. What would you say to them?
Okay, what I would say to them is, if you're thinking that you need some background in IT or something like that to be able to get into or be able to feel that you belong in a program like this in software engineering, I'm here to tell you basically I did not come from a deep IT background or anything. I barely had a knowledge of coding, and in the program it started me from the basics up, and now I know everything from application development to the software development life cycle. Doesn't mean anything to you now, but if you join, you'll find out.
Thank you, Andrew. So another question quickly. What are you doing now? Now you've graduated. You've graduated in the middle of the pandemic in 2020. What are you doing now? How's life?
Life is pretty good. The program actually opened me up to lots of different job opportunities. I'm currently working as a software consultant for a hotel, as well as a backend developer on the side.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions for Andrew while he's here with us? He sounds like he's a very busy man.
No problem at all. I'll answer them whenever.
Okay, so I have a question for Andrew.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, sure. What was your challenge back there when you were first come to China and maybe during your studies in China? So what's the high point, but what's the low point during those experience?
Okay, so the low point was probably waking up to the reality that I wasn't as good of a communicator or working in teams as I thought I was. And dealing in the program, you have to kind of work with a lot of team-based projects and stuff, with a lot of different people from across the Caribbean, even China as well. It really kind of taught me a way to appreciate my colleagues and one, as well as become more confident and more open and effective in communication and in teamwork. So yeah, that was really something I had to overcome.
And how was like the cultural difference between Barbados and China? Was it like a very huge difference between the two countries?
I'm thinking about it now, it just feels like a part of home to me. But yes, it was a bit different. We had to adjust, and as a collective, my colleagues and I adjusted pretty well, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So yeah. I think another one, this could be to either Justin or Patricia or Andrew as well. It's more towards like what do you think are the advantages of studying in just one country versus studying in two countries, just like what the UWI is proposing here?
Well, I think I'll go ahead and answer that. I think for this specific program, the advantage is the dichotomy, or rather the seemingly opposite natures of both cultures. So in Barbados, we work very hard, but at the same time, some people are a little bit more laid back and more relaxed. And at the same time, Barbados is also a developing economy. Coming to China is like stepping into the future for software engineering. It is like living in a giant laboratory. We know there is the health code app that's being currently used for the COVID pandemic, and we know of Alipay and Wechat Pay. All these things can be applied or inspire solutions in the developing world. So I think in this opportunity, in this program, there's an opportunity to get an overview of, by living the experience, an overview of what can happen by what you learn and you apply it then in developing economies. Barbados is open to business, so students can always stay and form their own business ideas, you know, and not only for Barbados, but for the whole Caribbean. And also, because we have strong relations with China, they can leverage that to develop themselves then.
Yeah, of course, I agree with Justin. I mean, the world is global now, and you know, the greater opportunities that students have to experience the differences that different locations offer, and to make contacts and to develop networks, the better they are in terms of the marketing of themselves and as professionals. So, it's really a wonderful thing for a student to be able to experience two cultures within one program. And especially at a university at the West Indies, where they get to meet so many different persons, especially from across the whole Caribbean. At UWI KPhil, they get to experience and to interact with students from just about every English-speaking Caribbean country and some others as well. So as Justin indicated, the opportunities that those kinds of linkages and networks can offer, especially in a field like software engineering and applying what they learn to the needs of countries like the Caribbean, it's really fantastic.
Hi, Patricia. Mr. Rahman has asked a question. Does this university have an international relations degree in the Faculty of Social Studies or Social Science?
Yes, we do. We do have programs in international relations and in international business as well.
Excellent. So, Mr. Rahman, I think you may need to send Ms. Adderley an email, yeah? You need to send her an email and communicate with her more and tell her exactly what you're looking for, what you'd like to study, and take it from there.
Definitely. Look forward to receiving that email.
One final question here from a student in the chat box. So does UWI provide a post-working opportunity for undergraduate students? So is it possible for students maybe to do a job while studying there, or maybe after they graduate from the program?
You go ahead.
Sorry, let's go with Pat first, and then we'll go with Barbados and then China. Go ahead.
In Barbados at the moment, and I know that is changing because our government's policy on these kinds of things is changing. But currently, students are only allowed to work on the campus itself. They're not allowed to. They don't get work permits to work off campus. But again, that is something that we are, talking about with government opportunities to be able to stay for a while after they graduate. So while it isn't currently possible for students from outside the Caribbean, I should say, because students from the Caribbean can, that might change.
Well, along that line as well, in China, I know I saw an article recently about changes to the policy of working while being a student, but I would say that policy echoes in China. Employment, in terms of employment, is seen as part-time employment and can only be done on campus, where the campus is willing to facilitate or has a space or the vacancy. However, in the internship process, because the internship is a part of your academic credits, students have completed the internship, they get equal or in-kind, I don't want to call it remuneration because it's not a pay, but if you go to the internship and you have lunch, the company may give you a small stipend for lunch, or they may reimburse your lunch or your fees for traveling to or from the company. But beyond that, we have several students who graduated their internships with the companies. And even though they may have left China, they continue their employment. They continue as full employees of the company virtually, which is, again, the power of software engineering. You can sit right on a beach in Barbados with excellent Wi-Fi and do your job and get paid. So many of our students, even though they've left China, they have gone back and continue to work with our internship providers remotely. And they were paid for it, or are being paid for it, because there's a few currently still working for them.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So yeah, thanks so much, Patricia, Justin, and Andrew for the sharing today. So it must be very early for you in the Barbados time. Well, it's like already late at night here. But anyway, thank you so much for all the sharing and all the information. And yeah, it makes me, and I believe everybody here makes us want to visit Barbados anytime soon.
Please do. We look forward to having you, welcoming you, and showing you around. And thank you very much for having us on this open day. It really has been a pleasure.
Indeed. Thank you. I echo your sentiments, Nadia. Thank you. Welcome to Barbados. Welcome to all the China admissions team, specifically Rich. Mr. Coward, thank you so much for having us. Welcome to visit Suzhou and Barbados anytime. Just let me know.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.